Once upon a time, in a sun-dappled meadow where wildflowers bloomed and a gentle breeze rustled through the tall grass, there lived two unlikely friends, a sprightly hare and a steadfast tortoise. The meadow was alive with color, every blade of grass and fluttering butterfly painting the scene with vibrant hues, as if the world itself was celebrating the joys of a new day. The hare was known far and wide for his boundless energy and lightning-fast legs. He would dash through the fields, leaping over logs and skimming across streams, his ears flapping and his laughter ringing out for all to hear. The animals of the meadow often watched in awe as he zipped past, a blur of white fur and exuberance. The tortoise, on the other hand, was admired for different reasons. With his sturdy shell and gentle eyes, he moved slowly, but with a quiet determination. Each step he took was measured and mindful. He never rushed, never faltered, and always reached his destination, no matter how long it took. His patience and persistence were his greatest strengths, though they were less flashy than the hare's speed. One warm morning, as the sun peeked over the horizon, the hare was boasting to a crowd of animals gathered under a leafy tree. "No one can run as fast as I can," he declared with a confident grin. "Why, I could race anyone here and win with my eyes closed." From the other side of the gathering, the tortoise looked up with a calm smile. "Perhaps you are right, hare. You are very fast. But sometimes, slow and steady wins the race." The animals giggled at the idea. The hare burst out laughing, shaking his head. "You? Beat me? That's impossible. Let's have a race. I'll show you just how quick I am." Without hesitation, the tortoise nodded. "Very well, hare. Let's race to the big oak tree at the far end of the meadow." The news spread quickly, and soon the meadow was abuzz with excitement. Birds chirped from the branches, and squirrels chattered as they perched on fence posts. Everyone wanted to see the great race between speed and perseverance. With a flick of a butterfly's wings, the race began. The hare shot forward like a bolt of lightning, his legs a whirl of motion. He bounded ahead, leaving a trail of dust behind him. The tortoise, meanwhile, set off at his own pace, his eyes fixed on the distant oak tree. He placed one careful foot in front of the other, undaunted by the distance ahead. The hare ran and ran, his heart pounding with the thrill of competition. Before long, he glanced back and saw that the tortoise was nowhere in sight. He laughed to himself. "This is too easy," he thought. "I have plenty of time to spare." As he reached a shady tree halfway along the path, the hare decided to take a little rest. The grass was soft, the shade was cool, and the gentle hum of bees filled the air. "Why not take a quick nap?" he mused. "The tortoise will never catch up anyway." So, with a contented sigh, the hare curled up beneath the tree, closed his eyes, and drifted off into a peaceful sleep, dreaming of victory and applause. Meanwhile, the tortoise plodded on. Each step was an act of determination. He didn't worry about how far ahead the hare might be. He didn't look back or second-guess himself. Instead, he kept moving, slow and steady, his shell gleaming in the sunlight, his eyes filled with quiet resolve. The journey was not easy. The path wound over hills and around bushes, and sometimes the tortoise had to climb over small rocks or push his way through tall grass. But he never stopped. With every challenge, he simply kept going, his mind focused on the finish line. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, casting golden light across the meadow, the tortoise finally saw the big oak tree in the distance. Its branches stretched wide, and its leaves shimmered in the gentle breeze. The finish line was close, closer than it had ever been. Back under the shady tree, the hare stirred. He yawned and stretched, blinking sleep from his eyes. "What a nice nap," he said, leaping to his feet. But as he looked toward the finish line, his heart skipped a beat. There, moving steadily toward the oak tree, was the tortoise. Panic surged through the hare. He dashed off at full speed, his legs pumping and his ears streaming behind him. The animals cheered and gasped as they watched him tear across the meadow, desperate to catch up. But the tortoise was already almost there. Step by step, he approached the finish line, his heart filled with hope and pride. As he crossed beneath the shade of the great oak tree, a wave of cheers erupted from the crowd. The birds sang, the squirrels clapped, and even the wind seemed to celebrate his triumph. Moments later, the hare skidded to a halt beside the oak tree, eyes wide with disbelief. He stared at the tortoise, who stood tall and proud, his slow but steady journey complete. The hare hung his head, but the tortoise smiled kindly. "It's not always the swiftest who wins the race, my friend," he said. "Sometimes it's the one who keeps going, no matter what." The meadow was alive with joy. The animals learned an important lesson that day, that patience and perseverance can achieve what speed and confidence alone cannot. The hare and the tortoise shook hands, or paws, and shared a laugh, their friendship stronger than ever. From that day forward, the hare remembered the lesson of the race. He still loved to run and play, but he also learned to appreciate the value of taking things one step at a time. And the tortoise, with his gentle wisdom, inspired everyone in the meadow to believe that with determination and heart, even the biggest challenges could be overcome. So, in the warm light of the afternoon, the two friends walked back together, side by side, as the meadow sparkled with life and endless possibilities. And the story of the hare and the tortoise was told again and again, reminding all who heard it that slow and steady truly does win the race. If you enjoyed this story and found its message inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more uplifting tales. Every click helps us bring more stories to life and share valuable lessons with others. Join our community and stay tuned for new adventures each week. Your support means the world, so spread the word and invite your friends to experience these wonderful journeys. Thank you for being part of our story-loving family.